The pastor of a church in Calgary uploaded a video of his encounter with police and other officials from the city there to ensure that the church was following COVID-19 guidelines, and the interaction went viral. Pastor Artur Pawlowski, the head of Calgary's Street Church, was holding a service on Saturday at the Fortress Cave of Adullam until these officials entered the building. Pawlowski, who filmed the encounter, addresses the officials in a stairwell outside the sanctuary. "Get out of this property immediately," he says. "I don't want to hear anything. Out immediately." Most of the officials don't engage Pawlowski, but an unidentified woman seems to try and explain their presence. Pawlowski was not having it. Pawlowski was praised by some social media users who have been critical of lockdowns and what they see as an affront on religious worship. The Calgary Herald reported that Pawlowski has been fined multiple times over COVID-19 violations. The paper pointed out that churches there can hold services, but have to keep their attendances below 15% and follow guidelines like wearing masks. Police said there was concern that some in attendance were not adhering to the government's guidelines.
Please get out. Get out of this property. Immediately get out. Get out of this property immediately. Out. I don't want to hear anything. Out of this property immediately. I don't want to hear a word. Out. Out. Out of this property immediately until you come back with a warrant. Out. 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 Out of this property. Immediately out. Immediately go out and don't come back. I don't want to talk to you. Not a word. Out of this out of this property. Immediately out. I don't care what you have to say. Out. Out. Out of this property, you Nazis. Out. Out. Gestapo is not allowed here. Immediately, Gestapo is not allowed. Out. Do you understand English? Get out of this property. Go. So go. Go. And don't come back without the warrant. Out, Nazi. Out. Out. You understand? Nazis are not welcome here. Out. And don't come back without the warrant. Do not come back without the warrant. You understand that? You're not welcome here. Nazis are not welcome here. Gestapo is not welcome here. Do not come back, you Nazi psychopaths. Unbelievable, sick, evil people. Intimidating people in a church during the Passover. You Gestapo, Nazi, communists, fascists. Don't you dare coming back here. Can you imagine those psychopaths? Passover, the holiest Christian festival in a year, and they're coming to intimidate Christians during the holiest festival? Unbelievable. What is wrong with those sick psychopaths? It's beyond me. Wow. Wow. How dare they? How dare they? Sick people. Sick people. Unbelievable. We're living in a takeover, a total takeover of the government with their thugs, goons, the brown shirts, the Gestapo wannabe dictators coming to the church armed with guns and tasers and handcuffs to intimidate during Passover celebration?
Yesterday we showed you this remarkable scene. A policeman in a supposedly civilized country busting into an Easter service and attempting to close it down, which was in fact an illegal act by those coppers. In this case, the mass strengths of the constabulary didn't measure up to one determined pastor, and he cast them out of his church. That preacher joins us now, Artur Pawlowski. Pastor, it is great to see you. You're joining us from Calgary, where those nice Canadian police suddenly invaded, and you basically, through the sheer force of your personality, threw them out of the temple, and it was a wonderful thing to see those guys retreating down the stairs. What's interesting is you grew up behind the Iron Curtain. And what happened to you over Easter is exactly, I take it, why you didn't want to stay behind the Iron Curtain.
That's exactly, sir. Thank you so much for having me. I grew up under communist dictatorship, behind the Iron Curtain, under the boot of the Soviets. And I'm telling you, that's no fun at all. It was a disaster. Police officers could break into your house 5 in the morning. They could beat you up, torture. They could arrest you for no matter what reason they would come up with. There was a famous saying in Poland when I was growing up by the police: "Give me a man and we will find something on that man." So it was like a flashback when those police officers showed up at my church. Everything kind of came back to life from my childhood. And the only thing I could do is to fend off the wolves as a shepherd. And I used my voice to get rid of them. They were illegally encroaching on our rights during the most holy days, during the Passover celebration. How dare they? The audacity of those people coming. It was a shocking thing. I was a little bit shaken, but I did what every shepherd right now on the planet Earth should be doing: fend off the wolves. We as lions should never bow before the hyenas, and that's what they are right now.